What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. All right. Whoa. Oh, man. So, yeah, not the best morning, honestly, guys. Another slow day right now. Yesterday was a solid day for me, though. I just try to stay patient, and honestly, it's kind of like these range bound plays work better when the market is like this. I don't know. Gonna be watching AMD and MU again. What did I trade yesterday? We got HIIQ. But yeah, so we got some options here, but none of them are really great. ARWR maybe. Uh, yeah, I mean we got some options, but nothing looks that good, honestly. OSTK, I guess I'll watch OSTK, but Activision, ATVI maybe. So the high cap stocks are definitely what I'm going to be watching, but yeah, it's just a dull day right now. I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing too much popping off right now in the market. Hmm. All right, so let's see what my Tefs account is at. I'm actually proud of my Tefs account. Let's see where it's at. I think it should be around $700 in profits, like roughly 700 is what it should be at. Yesterday I was at 570s before I got into my other trade, and so I was at 570s in profits. I am at now, yeah, 660. So 660 in profits. Still, I mean, it's not 700. I thought it would at least be 700. I guess commissions got me. Unfortunate, but it's still a solid gain, and I'm getting closer and closer to that $1,000 in profit level that I really want to get to. And it's been a fun process, man. I did it all live too. So yeah, let's look at my trader view now with these new stats. And just to show you guys, let's go ahead and upload it here. I can file historical data, trades. Do it for yesterday. I don't want to print it. No, do not print. There we go. Export yesterday's trades, and then I can upload it just to show you guys I'm really uploading it here. I always try to do this so people can't say anything about it. Yesterday's trades, upload, refresh. There we go. So yeah, those are my trades yesterday. Solid day. Let's look at my graph. Solid graph too. So I'm at 1667 in profits. I know most of the people in the channel now don't care. They just want to see the scanners. But I'm at 1667 in profits, 1,667 in gross profits in the last 30 days. In 90 days, I'm up to, wow. In 90 days, I'm up to 2,760 profit. There's $60 in gross profits. I do want to clarify that it is gross profits. And so after commission and all that stuff, it's going to be around, my guess it's going to be around like 2,000 in net profit, but that's still fine. Easily the most I've ever made in the market, so not too bad. So what's up, guys? Yeah, green is good, man. I'm happy with it for sure, brother. It's been a long process, you know. Like I started this YouTube channel in 2016, and this YouTube channel took years to grow. People hate on this YouTube channel, but this thing took years to grow. Like I started it in 2016 when I was trading on SureTrader, and in between 2016 and 2017, late 2017, I must have grown by like 300 subscribers, 400 subscribers. And so it was slow. Then 2017, I started live streaming, and that started growing it much, much faster. But yeah, this thing took years to grow. And during the entire time, I started out, when I first started the channel, I was just super green as a trader. I was super new. I was definitely a rookie trader that had no idea what he was doing. And so the fact that I could do that and start off this channel new, and then live stream almost everything, and go from being a new trader taking massive losses, losing accounts, to building up profit like this is cool. It's cool for me because, like I said, it's been such a long road. And like I said, I uploaded a video yesterday. At this point, it's just about whether I can continue scaling up in sizing. That's what I need to do the most, is maintain that bigger sizing. What I don't want to happen is I don't want to take a larger loss with bigger sizing and then get scared and go back down to small sizing, because then it's never going to be feasible to grow it anymore if I keep going back to small sizing. And so we'll see how that goes, but that's in my opinion, that's the biggest thing I need to focus on now. Yeah, it's been a grind for sure, man, for sure. How long has it taken me? Off and on, about 2 years. About 2 years off and on. I started it in 2016, and then I took like an eight month break. I lost an account. Basically, I'll tell you what happened. Sorry if that's loud. Here, I'm gonna mute myself while I catch my voice. All right, I caught my voice, guys. Sorry. Yeah. So off and on, it took me about 2 years because I started trading. Like I said, I was just completely green when I first started. I had no idea what I was doing, and then I think I was dumb and I traded an IPO is what happened. So I was dumb, and I was actually I've told this story before. I actually had like a winning day, a green day. I think I was up like $120 on the day on SureTrader. And I got overly confident, and I ended up talking myself into trading an IPO. And IPOs, if you guys have never traded one, on opening day, they have monster ranges, right? And so even though you might take what you would consider a small size, like 100 shares or 200 shares, which might consider a small size, that much with a IPO can put you down quick. And so I think I jumped in a recent IPO with like 400 shares. And I just went from being up 120, and literally within like 20 seconds, I was stopped out for like a $400 loss or like a $500 loss. And I remember that just completely blew my mental game that day. I just lost my mental edge that day, and I just kept trading and I kept losing, and I just completely lost my account. And it was super traumatic, and it was super I was in despair after that. I remember I was super upset. And so I stopped trading for like 8 months. I just gave up trading for 8 months. I didn't want to look at a trade. I didn't want to look at a chart. And so, yeah, I just stopped completely for 8 months. And I mean, luckily enough, while I stopped, my YouTube channel kept growing some. Like, I kept growing subscribers because of my old videos. But I never uploaded anything new. And then I came back 8 months later and kind of kept the grind up, But yeah, that's what happened. I remember it very vividly because it was an unfortunate day for sure. Yeah, man. Man, I'm losing my voice, guys. I don't know what that is. I think my nose has just stopped up is what I think it is. Can't breathe out of my nose. I have a deviated septum, and so I can't breathe out of my nose very well. Man, I just don't know about the foreign brokers. I feel you, man. I mean, I'll put it this way. My view on brokers: no broker has your best interest at heart. None of them do. They all want you to fail. I mean, even U.S. regulated brokers do. You know, you think they want you to succeed? That's not correct. They all want you to fail. And I don't care how friendly they act towards you. It's all like a facade. It's the same reason a house in a casino, they might comp you stuff so you stick around, but they ultimately want you to fail. They want you to spend more commissions, and so you just got to think of it in that regard, because that's the truth, is that they all want you to fail. It doesn't matter where they are, and so your goal is to beat the house, and that's the goal. We got a few penny stocks that are actually gapping up in an okay way. NPTN and LONE look solid. Just to show you guys these real quick. Yeah, NPTN doesn't look bad. Gapping up from 430s to 510. LONE gapping up from 230s to 288. So those don't look bad either. So a few penny stocks moving. Yeah, I mean, I think what really, honestly, guys, like genuinely, what helped me as a trader is switching away from penny stocks. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but what helped me as a trader was transitioning away from penny stocks. I think penny stocks can be profitable, so don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying for me, in my style of trading, I was never going to be consistent trading penny stocks. I was just never going to do it. And the reason is pretty self-evident. The reason for that is because penny stocks themselves are not consistent. They don't put in consistent ranges. They don't put in consistent moves. The most consistent thing about a penny stock is that they fail. They usually come back down because they're terrible companies. In my opinion, the most consistent thing about a penny stock is that when you get a penny stock that goes up 100%, almost always it's going to come right back down, because they're usually terrible companies. That's the most consistent thing. Aside from that, you got different stocks, different volume, different ranges, different floats moving every single day. And so in order for you to really find an edge with that, you're going to have to, there's a certain mentality and flow that you're going to have to get into with penny stocks. But for me, I think it's much easier to learn certain stocks. Like I know AMD, MU, I trade those every day. There's a few stocks that I look at every single day. And the reason I do that is because they stay in consistent ranges and they make consistent moves, and I can profit from that. Where with penny stocks, it's all random. You get a different one moving every day. Some of them move differently than others, and depending on the float and the range. And so it's really hard to build consistency that way. It just is. And I know the gurus advertise it. I know they push it because they want to sell courses, and that's probably the easiest way to sell courses, is to show a brand new trader, 1,000% gain. It's probably easy to sell a course. Say, look, I can make 1,000% in a day, and new traders are going to eat that up, and they're going to want to trade penny stocks too. But in the end, I just find I had better results not trading penny stocks and trading mid cap stocks and shorting them. No, I'm not. Forza. I have a wife, 2 kids. But thank you, though. I appreciate it, my guess is just a kid, guys. I genuinely think it's just a child. Um, pretty sure, man. Nothing against them, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we're gonna move on from that. Yeah, already got it, man. Already got it. But no, like I said, maybe he trades penny stocks and he's upset I'm dogging penny stocks. Um, but no, but yeah, like I said, penny stocks are the cool thing to do in trading. They're the cool thing that all the other traders want to do. But like I said, I just find better. I find more consistency not trading penny stocks and trading other stuff. Um, and so it just depends on what works for you and your personality. Oh, great! He just subscribed. Wonderful. But man, my voice is going out, guys. But no, it just depends on what works for you and your personality. That's all it is. And penny stocks just didn't work for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys see. NPTN and LONE are, to touch on that, are good penny stocks today. They're solid gapping penny stocks. Um, I haven't really found anything else I really like. The rest of the market's kind of dull right now. HIIQ maybe, and then the microchip and the microchip and maybe the cannabis stocks. It just depends on what we get with volume for those. CGC, CRON, APHA. APHA doesn't look bad, but it's been pretty choppy. It was choppy yesterday, crossing over and under the VWAP. What's up, Austin? What's up, bro? But yeah, like I said, let me know if you guys see anything else that I missed. I'm just not seeing anything I really like. Oh no, it's trash day. Mitch, you there, bro? I gotta go take out my trash. My wife is gonna get. What's up, bro? Hey. Yeah.
Good pricing. I really wanted APHA at $5. I think that one is farewell for me. I'm not going to be able to get an entry on that one, especially with them putting out positive catalyst news today about them pushing their guidance even further out.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Uh,
Everyone was really impressed by APHA's earnings, kind of silently. Reason why is that it finally had an increase. Finally, it showed some profitability in Canada, and I expect the same from the other cannabis stocks. Um, if APHA is doing well, I expect Cron to end up doing well. I expect ACB to do well, and I expect also CGC to do well. The real key with these is just going to be if I'm going to find them at right pricing, so I can do kind of swing trades with them. Uh, Yesterday about 13.10s and risking off 12.50s. This stock does report earnings on the 8th, so I'm going to be paying attention for Cron. And at least for today, movers for today, I'm going to be looking at ATVI. ATVI with a good VWAP fade yesterday. Um, this stock needs to get up past 49.50 really to get bullish again, and it has some room on the daily chart. A lot of stocks bouncing up today. One of the key things is we have the SPY bouncing up also. So what I would pay attention for is kind of that ceiling of yesterday's close. Try to find the high of yesterday and see if the stock is going to break that high and show you that it's going to continue the strength back. I think this is just a regular kind of measured bounce back after we made uh, what is it, a $20 move on the SPY since Thursday. So what's going on, traders? How we doing? Anybody see any stocks out there you want to go ahead and take a look? Sorry about that, guys. Had to talk to the girlfriend. AMD dipping hard on the daily chart. Well, remember that's the SPY pullback. AMD is actually doing pretty well, actually. Um, One of the things I know about AMD is that it's actually one of the strongest in the tech sector right now. Uh, MU kind of more lagging behind it. AMAT kind of lagging behind it. Um, One of the things I would do with AMD is I'd watch it on a 15-minute chart. And if we start taking that look from that Thursday, we've gotten a trend line actually to come up and touch. Do I expect that trend line to hold? Could be true, could be not. I'm really not going to say that the trend line is going to hold, but we are starting to get that trend line, kind of a channel that we're trading right here. So what I would want to see from AMD is it either break 29 or it break 27. It has to break one of those important numbers so that we can find a good kind of trade off of these levels. Next stop for AMD above this would be up to the $30 mark. What's going on, traders? You guys see anything? You guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Marley? All right. Sounds good, Rich. Perfect. You guys got quiet on me. That's all it was. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some other stocks here. Perfect. There you guys are. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody? What's your top stock? I'll go ahead and I'll take a look. Maybe call out some important levels. Let's see what has earnings today. What released earnings? All right. All right, math. You forgot. The one that I saw yesterday that kind of held up was utilities. Utilities and biotechs didn't really get hit that hard. Um, One that I'm keeping an eye on that could have a good bounce back, has good potential catalyst of doing a merger is PFE. PFE. PFE was connected with GLYC, and that's why it went down yesterday. Had that really bad negative news. But yeah, there really wasn't much that was actually green yesterday. Um, when John gets back, I can show you guys kind of what's called kind of the whole market overall. Finbiz has like a heartbeat monitor, and so does Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim has it also, where you can kind of see all the stocks in their different sectors red. The only thing that I saw that kind of stood up was utilities. You can maybe look at industrials. From utilities, I see, you got like Duke, Duke Energy. I think they report earnings. PCG, you can trade. What else is out there? Trying to find something that actually makes sense there. I never really trade this sector, the utility sector. So let's see also what got hit the hardest. I'm gonna use a 1 week performance, guys. So from what I'm seeing here,
Yo, yo.
All right, consumer goods getting hit the hardest, guys. I think this has to do a lot with China. A lot of trade with China. Another one that's being hit hard right now is HD, Home Depot. This is one that I would look for retracing and lulls. Reason why is that they have relations with China and kind of supplies that they're bringing from. Um, Even Coke with a 5% down move is actually a pretty strong down move for Coke. Coke is a really small moving stock, doesn't really move that much, but definitely took a hit there. We got GM. GM, a good possibility, a nice down gap there. Has to get back to 40 really to recover, but could make a move to 37.50.
We got a little bit of a rebound in the SPY, but man, look how much the SPY got hit yesterday, man.
There's a big boy here, Johnson and Johnson. Um, huge range in this one.
What's up, man?
Just checking out some stocks here, looking through kind of just sectors itself on FinViz, um, kind of showing the decline and where the biggest declines are.
Yeah, the SPY got hammered yesterday, man, and then bounced back. It's kind of crazy how much the SPY pivoted down from all that stuff. Let me see if we could find some futures news.
Yeah, it's just classic kind of following through supports. And now the real thing here that I'm seeing on my screen is there is major support at this 293 or resistance at 293. So if you guys see, I don't know if you guys see it on your charts, but I'm seeing these wick ups going straight up to that area and then kind of dying out. So that's going to be a real important part to see if it can get up there and get above that high of yesterday.
Right.
Um, I, I would think it's going to make a move at least towards that 290. I'm not sure if it's going to get up there to that 293.
CGC popping up on my scanners, so it's moving a
Yeah,
little bit.
man. I'm frustrated on those. I keep trying to figure out a bottom tick to buy, and instead I'm losing out on opportunities. Yesterday, CGC down there to $30. That's kind of where I want to get it in the 30s. ACB, I want to get it closer to 6, but 620 might have to be it. Yesterday, I was really close to pulling the trigger on Kron at 1310 and holding for the 1550, kind of a swing trade, and it would have been looking good right now. Would be up about 70 cents already, and earnings coming out on Thursday, I believe, the 8th. Yep, Thursday. So keep that one on watch. One of the stocks that really jumped yesterday, had a little bit of hard time trying to figuring out the spread on this one, but the move was really massive. ALLK, and it is tradable for us, so definitely going to keep a watch on this one. It's a higher price stock up there in the 70s, but gapped up yesterday when the whole market was doing gap downs and kind of dying out yesterday. This stock went from 35.57 all the way up there, opening at $61, getting a high of 73.25.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was because of positive data. I think it was some type of positive trial, maybe. I remember reading
Yes,
about this one.
correct. It was
Okay.
a rare disease trial that actually went through.
Yep. And then for futures news, we got let's see, we got crude oil. This is from Market Watch. Um, Market Watch for today. It says crude oil. It says, quote, crude oil futures snap back Tuesday in a move mimicking the early recovery for the stock market. Concerns for a hit to energy demand linked to a potential trade war were tampered down, but perhaps only temporarily. West Texas crude delivery was up 0.15%. New York Mercantile was down 1.7%. WTI was down 17%. So, uh, yeah, we got a little bit of a bounce back, but not much. So we'll see what happens with some of these. Like I said, penny stocks to watch. I don't know if they're tradable. LONE. LONE, gapping up some. And they are up. Let's see what we can find. EVER is up. Another one on the top of the gappers list, but it is up after the company reported better than expected second quarter EPS and sales results. LONE, like I said, is up after the company reported second quarter results and raised the 2019 forecast. NPTN is the other gapper that we were watching, and that one's up after the company reported better than expected second quarter EPS and sales results, and they also issued third quarter EPS and sales results above the analysts' estimates for NPTN. And so those are a few penny stocks to watch. They're on my list. We got Rite Aid gapping up some as well. Rite Aid. GERN.
One to keep an eye on, CVS. I know they report later on in the week, but I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Oh, HIIQ was another one too. It's gapping up some. All right. Well, another dull day, honestly, man. Kind of a slow market day right now. Not too much that's really going on.
I mean, there's always going to be kind of these uncertainty moments, and that's really what you're getting here, is that there's no certainty in any direction. So,
honestly, I prefer it this way. And yeah, like I said, I've been trading better in this almost because I think they're more rangy. If you do like penny stocks, though, TTOO, somebody in the chat just brought my attention to that one. That one actually looks strong. If I was trading penny stocks, that's the main one I'd be watching. And this one is up. Let's go ahead and break this one down. Yeah, look at this one. TTOO. Look at that move. Up from 68 all the way to 95. Went as high as 113. So that whole dollar of one is probably the biggest level for this one. But again, just like I went over in the gaps class, you can break down the major support. Look if we can maybe fill this gap down here. Maybe fill this from 75 up to like 85. If it fails, and if it breaks, see if it breaks that pre-market high up there at 113 or so. But yeah, we can go ahead and look up the news for TTOO here. This one. So it might be fluff news, but it says T2 Bacterial, which is TTOO. Their panel is the first and only in vitro diagnostic test to receive approval for new tech add-on payment by CMS. They announced that the U.S. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services granted approval for their new technology add-on payment for the T2 bacterial panel for the fiscal year of 2020. So it's a biodrug, positive data basically for this one, and something happened. Somebody approved a certain thing for them. So we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, aside from that, AMD, MU. Same ones I've been watching lately. What did I trade yesterday? I know I had that big gain on ENPH, I think. No, it wasn't ENPH. It was... What was that I traded yesterday? I know I traded AMRN for a $75 gain. And then the second one was CGC. That's what it was. And CGC, beautiful example of the same strategy I talked about. I don't know if we should call it the London fade or the fake out fade. My pride tells me I should call it the London fade. But I don't know if that's going to work. I'd rather call it the fake out fade, I think, because that's what it does. It fakes out. But yeah, here it is right here. You can see a spike over the VWAP, a move back down, and then you could short it on any bounces back.
What happened to the short and below VWAP, man?
Huh?
What happened to short and below VWAP?
I mean, I've been waiting for it to break the VWAP and then come back down. And once it comes back
it
down,
works,
man,
right?
I'm hammering into it, bro. Yeah.
It works. I hear you, brother. I feel like it's a better approach. It's a lot of the times the approach I take. It's because at the end of the day, you have to kind of judge the volume moving to the VWAP. This is the truth, guys. Is that if you don't judge where the collection is, where the bag buyers finally find support, then you're not going to be able to judge on the VWAP fade if it's the VWAP fake out or is it the fade. And that's really what you're finding here is that there's more collection of volume, so it kind of pushes a little bit past VWAP, and then it gets knocked down. It's really in the end all about price action. A hard skill to learn. We do have a great video on it, but it's definitely is a hard skill to learn. A little bit takes a little bit more kind of intuition to really kind of pay attention to the level two time and sales and important price points.
Yeah, I think one thing that really is, and kind of one thing that made me start wanting to look at it is because it's kind of a head and shoulders pattern above the VWAP and below the VWAP. So, like, here's an example of it. Like, this is what it is, and like this is what a head and shoulders pattern looks like right here. So this is like a head and shoulders pattern, right? That's a head and shoulders pattern, and so that's essentially what I'm doing is I'm looking for that with the VWAP being this middle line right here. So basically, I'm looking for the VWAP to be right here and like I'm shorting it onto this bounce, this second bounce right here, and then I'm risking it off of this bounce. And so if you look at these, that's what essentially the fake out fade is just a head and shoulders pattern above the like right around the VWAP, and that's a very well known short strategy. So I just kind of it's a little bit different than both a regular fade and a just normal head and shoulders. So it's kind of a VWAP head and shoulders is what it is. But
Oh, the rule of three is real.
yeah, man. I mean, the great thing is that you can risk it off of that high, and that's my favorite thing about it is that you can risk off of that top all day, and it's super obvious in that way. You don't have to really. It's not just like with the VWAP fade, you always have a very set level for your reward target. You're almost always going to take your main reward target at the low of the day, at the previous low of the day. What this does is this just gives you a risk level that's very set. So it's the same risk level every time. So it's not open to interpretation as much. It's just kind of like if it puts in a high like that, that's where you're going to risk it off of because that's what works the best. And that's the beautiful thing about it is that the more organization in the trade, the easier it is for you to stay less emotional about anything. So the more organization, the more set levels that you have, the easier it is to manage because you don't have all of this. Should I sell here? Should I sell there? It's more, this is my reward target. This is my risk, and I'm going to follow these levels to a T. London fake out. No, I don't want to call it that. Like I said, my pride says yes, but I don't want to. I'm not gonna trademark it. It's I don't want to trademark it. I'd rather just name it something that explains itself. What's up, Relentless? What's up, man? Ford took a bad dive. They still sell Explorers? I didn't know they still sold Explorers, man. Those are OG cars. My dad used to have one when I was a kid.
Yeah, they got a newer one. The kind of one that looks more like a smaller SUV.
Yeah. Those things were cool, man. I like the Explorers.
Not the old school Explorer though.
I know. It's kind of like the
thing was
new
a
Jeep
monster.
Cherokee. Yeah, it's kind of like the new Jeep Cherokee. It's not really a Jeep Cherokee. It's just kind of like something they named a Cherokee so they could get
Yeah,
more
that
sales.
crossover.
Right.
Crossover.
Right. Same thing with the Land Rover. It's not a new Land Rover. It's just kind of
Yeah.
something they called a Land Rover so they could get sales.
Yeah, they have a lot of these what I call like half SUVs. It's like a half SUV, half sedan. They're really small on the inside, and they attack price point. That's really what they're about. They're trying to give you a cheaper alternative to get an SUV.
Right. What's up, Ashton? What's up, bro? What's up, Abby? Abby's still around, man. What's up, brother? Glad to see you back here, bro. Yeah, man. ENPH on my scanners. I don't know how much it's moving, but yeah, ENPH is up there. Low volume though.
One
Today's
to watch
Tuesday.
today, that's moving pretty big is WKHS. Already down there, cracked 380s pre-market, broke down there to 340s. A
Oof.
push up to 360s. You have a VWAP right there.
Yeah, that one's getting hammered. Also, we got EA, which is up there too. But yeah, WKHS. Is it still tradable? It should be, right?
Yep, should be.
Yep. Um, man, I got these fruit flies everywhere, man. They're everywhere. How did they get over here? Oh, like my candle. I should get like a mosquito candle over here. Maybe the smoke will scare them away. Yeah, man. My account's finally up to. My account's up to 662, so I'm getting there. Just gotta keep pushing it. I'm gonna try to. The goal is to break 1,000. If I can break 1,000, I'm gonna test the withdrawal, but that'll be fun. Yeah, I don't. Hopefully we get some good momentum. I don't know if we will though. Hopefully we do. Spy's up though. I mean, Spy's trying to come back some. It just depends. It's down so much in the last few days. Yeah, just not much that looks, you know. They got a few stuff that looks good, but no volume is what it is. For mid caps, at least, for the most part. NIO gapping up a little bit. Still small range for that one, though.
Real negative sign is the 10-year US yield curve, which has now become inverted. And, this is a widely considered signal for impending recession. It hasn't been inverted this much since 2007. We're now inverted by more than 32 basis points. Not good news at all, at least for the economy.
Oh yeah, so I did profit on that GameStop. If anybody heard, it was keeping up with my GameStop put. I did profit from that one. I ended up making 100% on what I paid for the option, and like 60% or 40% of my account. I don't have to. Yeah, I brought my account up to 70. Basically 69 right here. So not bad. I ended up selling the put option for I guess I sold it for 37. Let me look. I'll have to look. But I sold it. Let me look at my account. Oh, I sold it for $44, which was actually over 100% because I bought it for 20. I sold it for 44, which isn't a bad little, so that's over 100% on the option. I'm still holding a $2 put. I'm actually up $1 from it, so I'm up 33% with this nice dollar gain. I'm sure if I sell it, the spread's going to get me though, but basically the put, I have 10 days for GameStop to drop below 3. If GameStop could drop below 3, I'll make some more money with that one, but it worked out. I tried to stay patient with it. I really wanted to sell when I was up to like 27, so I was up like $7 in the option because you got to think about it. $7 in profit on a $20 option is like over 33%, like slightly over 33%. So like that's a solid gain on what you pay for the option. But I stayed patient and made over 100%. So GameStop as a company is going to fail, and options is one of the ways you can eliminate some of your risk instead of just shorting it. Relentless says a zapper is a tennis racket contraption. Yeah, I've seen those. No, what I really want, and I asked my wife for one, and she never got me one, is I want one of those bug assaults where they shoot salt. I want one of those things, those salt guns that shoot bugs and flies. That's what I want. I told my wife that'd be fun because every time we have like a bug here, I have to. She needs me to get. It could be like a hunt, and so that's what I want. Is one of those. Yeah, I'm trying to look for some movers. I mean, really, we got Roku, SQ, AMD, MU, but a lot of these are just following the market already. So it's like, yeah, they're gapping up, but they're just following the market right now. She never got me one though. I asked my wife for one, and I never got it, man. That's what I asked her for that for Father's Day, and she never got it for me. Hey, appreciate the sub, Adrian. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, guys. And really, what actually helps is if you click the bell next to the subscribe button. That way, it alerts you every time we do go live. That's actually very helpful. So if you hit the subscribe button, click the bell, it turns on notifications and gives you an alert every time we put out a new video or upload. And yeah, Mitch and I day trade live every weekday morning. Every weekday we day trade live. So right here on YouTube. KALA. Yeah, it's starting to move some. I don't know if it's actually tradable. I think I've traded it before, but no, it's not, unfortunately. QCOM, maybe. It's on my list. SBS. I think I've traded that one before. USLV. Gotta tell my son to turn down his video games. He's playing video games in the living room right now. Man. Yeah, TEA looks okay, just no volume. CARS maybe looks like it could bounce. It just depends on what the catalyst was for it. Yeah, I mean AMD, MU, Roku, SQ, following the market, but they're volatile at least, and that's what I'm watching is the volatility, I guess. ETSY maybe. All right, guys, we got about 9 minutes. 9 minutes left. Like I said, let me know what your main watch is. What's up, Tiny? You joining us today, Tiny? Chewy on my list. Chewy, CHWY. But yeah, we'll see if we can keep the streak going today, guys. Like I said, I think I'm on. Let me see. Yeah, so this is my stats. I am on a. Let me see details. Uh, I am on a 7 day green streak. But I don't like green streaks, so I'm not even worried about the green streak. What I'm more worried about is using larger sizing and keeping it up. Is what I'm worried about. Got to jump in with that 300 shares at least every trade, depending on the range. So what's up, man?
Hanging out, bro. Hanging out. Trying to see what stocks to trade today. What stocks to trade?
Man, I'm looking at HIIQ, MU, AMD, Roku, maybe SQ. Same ones I always do because they're volatile, but
Yeah, I'm at least seeing a push out the gates. I'm gonna be watching for that. Kind of
that
a quick bullish sentiment and then switch into.
LQ doesn't look bad. LQ looks LK doesn't look bad either. But yeah, I could kind of see that happening. A short spike up. It just depends on. I mean, if you look at the SPY, it's just down a ton in the last few days. Like if you look at the SPY chart, like the daily chart on the SPY. You know, we've had 4 red days in a row. So I think it may be time for a green day, although it may be a slight one, but who knows. I could see what you think happens as well, which is a little spike at the open and then a burst back down.
Yeah, we have a lot of resistance above each of these stocks since they were so red yesterday. I think stocks are just going to reach out for resistance, at least at first. All right, Math. Hey, man. If you're not feeling the best, sometimes it's not the best day to trade. You can always just sit back, relax, and kind of really just enjoy the show. Sometimes I've done that when I've been away from trading. I just kind of listen to the channel, listen to John trade, and kind of enjoy it versus always trying to make a trade.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes sometimes that's the best move is if your mental game's not right to just hang it up. It's easier said than done though, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Yeah, we got 10. 10's actually getting some volume now. TEN. So TEN's picking up some volume. I don't think it's tradable. It is. So TEN I might watch now. So TEN is one to watch. I know somebody called this one out earlier, but just in the last 5 minutes, this one's got some volume and it's pushed up 40 cents in the last 5 minutes. So TEN is now one that I'm watching. It just depends on what the volume's like, what the spread is like, if I'm gonna actually trade it or not. And then, like I said, the SPY. If you look at the daily chart here, you can see it's had 4 red days in a row, and so may have some support at 280 or so, 279.80 or so, and so we'll see if it bounces there. AMRN maybe as well today, but yeah, AMD, MU, kind of a dull day for the most part though, guys. All right, guys, we got less than 5 minutes. Let's get everything rolling here.
All right, all right. Everybody ready to do this? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yep. Gotta stick with bigger sizing today. That's my goal, man. I gotta trade bigger. See if I
All
can
right.
maintain it.
Let's see what we have in the house. We got you need to accept your situation. I like that name right there. We got Izzy Austin. We got TJ Rich in the house. Matthew Forgot. Austin. Ashton Relentless. Buzz. AbeNet. Mr. Bo. Tiny. Sophia. Felix. What's going on, traders? Y'all ready for the market? Open? We almost there. We got about what, 3 minutes left here.
Yep. 3 minutes, guys. Let's do it.
Excited for the day, man. A lot of stocks to trade on my watch list. I think I got like 20 stocks that I'm watching there. One of the biggest things I'm going to be looking at is which stock can break important levels with the most volume. I'm trying to go with the stock that has that momentum, especially on a day like today.
Yep.
All right, let's get ready.
What I really want to do today for me is I want to be patient enough not to attack the first fades that I see and wait for my setup that I've been trading more and more. That's what I want to do. Is I don't want to attack them too early because typically my first trade's not a winning trade, at least lately. And I think the reason for that is because I'm attacking, I'm attacking the strategies that I haven't been trading as much, and I need to wait for that range bound fake out fade setup to happen. So basically, we're looking for a faked out VWAP fade, and then a squeeze back down is what we're looking for. The squeeze back down is equally as important as the move above the VWAP, and so that's because that's what shows everybody. That's what shows the weakness in the setup. Where are you talking about? On what?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on this one.
Um. P stands for position. So like if I'm in a trade and I push P, it shows me the position I'm holding. So like if I'm holding 1,000 shares and it's like this and I press P, then it'll say 1,000 shares right here. So it's just gonna tell me what I'm currently holding, how many shares I'm currently holding. Yeah, it just means position, I'm assuming, because like I said, if I'm in a 500 share position and I click P, it'll put it up. Basically, if I need to pull up my exact position quickly, I can press P and then I can cover quickly if I need to. Yeah, TEN was looking solid too.
All
The
right,
volume
guys.
came in.
About to get the open here. Let's go ahead and focus in. Let's go nail it down. Let's do this. Beginner trading.
Yeah. All right, there's the bell. TEN spiking up here. Look at TEN go. It's tradable for us. Big range, big gap. We'll
Oh,
see what happens.
ACB, man.
I think it'll
Already up
probably.
there, closer to 7. I wanted to buy it at 6. Oh, good Lord. Swing trades would have worked out, man.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my chart up. There we go. All right.
And
All right.
what
So
do
the
we see?
spy's up.
Quick run, right?
Right.
Quick run to resistance. It's just kind of explaining kind of the hard pull down from yesterday. Um,
Yeah. Big level in the in AMD here is pre-market high right here at 29.10. We'll see what happens there. SPY breaking highs here.
Yeah, expect it to break out here.
So yeah, the big level with the SPY is this 286.25 level. If we can break that, hold it as support, it looks strong. AMD is one I'm going to start looking more interesting. The only issue with it is that it's gapped up well over the current VWAP, so that's the only problem with AMD now, is that it has to drop so much in order for the VWAP to be at a reasonable level. All right, guys. Still
Cannabis
waiting.
sector looking strong, man. Swing trades would have been working. Would be probably up a good $500, $600 on the swing trades. Really got to start working on my swing trading. I do so well on it. I just don't follow my intuition.
Yeah, I haven't swing traded too much. The closest I've really come, I've held a few stocks overnight, but it doesn't really work out that well for me. Some of the strategies that I use work, but I kind of gravitated more towards options with swing instead of swing trading. All right, so AMD breaking lows here, but again, for fades and bounces, the VWAP is just way too low. And so it needs to kind of pivot back here. MU, on the other hand, is a little bit more viable for this type of stuff. We just need to drop. SPY's up to 286.50. Broke pre-market highs, so the next step is to see if it holds those previous pre-market highs as support.
All right, trying to get in here. VWAP bounce play, guys. Trying to get in a VWAP bounce play in APHA.
Yeah, there goes AMD. All the way back down to the VWAP. Maybe MU might be good here. I see
Good
CGC
Lord.
doesn't look bad.
If I don't get filled, this is going to be a little bit of... Let's go, baby. Give me fill.
All right, SQ maybe might give us that entry. Oh yeah, don't forget to record.
Yeah, I got it on there, but...
You might want to check it.
That's just... Or just sitting there at 7:30 for APHA, never filling. I don't know why I didn't fill there, but... Order was just sitting out there. I like the entry. Just sucks now that I'm not in it. Gotta hold off. Called that one out. Had the order sitting there. It came right back to my entry. Just never filled me.
Well, usually to get filled, it needs to be 1 cent below your entry. That way, because of the spread, I think. So I think that's probably why you didn't get filled, is because of the... It came down to 7.30, but it never came down to like a penny underneath it after you were watching it. I think so. I think you got 1 cent away from getting filled.
Just annoying completely. Missed already CGCs, VWAP. This...
SQ and Roku kind of setting up for fades. They're washing out some. They pulled a green to red move with some of those. But I'm going to be patient and wait for the fake out fade setup. If I do take any now, it's going to be a small position. APTO. TEN kind of consolidating. Yeah, APTO is just so low volume here. The spread is 10 cents. And so even this entire move is taken by the spread. More than that, really. So, like, yeah, it got up to 240, but the spread is just so gnarly that even if you would have jumped in, you're still not going to be in any profits, I don't think, because the spread is 10 cents, and that's the full extent of the move is 10 cents with the spread. So just too low volume for me. All right, we got SQ and MU. Those are probably my main watches now. AMD's just not quite right. SQ. If it pulls back to 60, I can take it with like a 75 risk, which isn't a bad risk for SQ. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. All right, looking at Roku and SQ, they might be setting up here. We'll see what happens.
I gotta stop watching the cannabis sector today. And missing out those swing trades is really affecting me. So I gotta just stop watching those stocks. And then missing APHA there is just, I could already sense myself. I'm not even gonna look at those stocks anymore. Even though they're all great trades, I just gotta stop watching them because my emotions are riding way too high in those stocks right now.
Yeah, for sure. Don't stress it, man. You know,
Yeah,
you'll be.
it's just I this is the second time I can really tell a clear point of support in those stocks. Don't take the trades, and when you don't take the trades, you're gonna get really bad FOMO when you see stocks just completely rip in the direction you were thinking it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the entry just never quite got down to your level, and so you know, I don't.
I mean,
I
they
think you
were
gotta.
there. They got $6 for ACB. It went under $6. It went under 13 for Cron. And I think we got under 5 for APHA for a second. Let me see.
Well,
It
no,
just
you started watching it at like 8:34, and at 8:34 it got down to 7:30, which is where your entry was. But there's gonna be a 1 cent spread, and so it
I
would
was
have to come
just
down to
an
29.
overall watch. I was watching these,
Yeah, you try to
and
get
that's
to a.
that's really what's killing me. It's not really today.
Yeah,
It's mainly from the swing trading that I wanted to take.
yeah, just try to get into a flow state. If you miss it, just move on to something else. You know what I mean? Because we're always gonna miss stuff, and it's always gonna happen. Like I'm always gonna miss stuff. You're always gonna miss stuff. And if you hurt your mental game every time you miss something, you're almost always gonna be down because we're always gonna miss stuff, brother. So try to get into that flow state, and we'll be okay, brother. SQ and Roku just getting hammered here. And I'm kind of looking at MU, but I don't like it as much now because it's kind of parallel with that opening low of the day. ACB getting really extended here. I know Roku's getting hammered. And the SPY is pushing up, so it's trading against the SPY. SQ, Roku. We'll see if MU breaks. What did AMD end up doing? I was watching AMD TEN moving to. Man, look at SQ. Just hammered. That low of the day break was solid too, I guess. The best time, I've always hated on low of the day breaks, but the only reasonable time to take them, I think, is at the low of the day, or at the opening, because that's when you're going to have the most momentum. Aside from that, I think you're going to get faked out with low of the day breaks any other time, but at the open, I think they're okay. That's a lot of the time what I would do with the moving average crossover at the open, is try to get in when it crossed over and I saw a low of the day break. Look at AMRN with that fade. That was a solid fade for AMRN. TEN reversing here. MU staying in that little range too. MU fade. Yeah, I don't know if MU looks more like a rejection, but it doesn't look bad. So I'll say that. I've been watching this one. It's a rejection because what we got at the open is we got an upward move and then a pull underneath the VWAP and then a bounce back. And so that's actually a VWAP rejection. A little bit different than a fade. Same concept though. Roku is one I'm starting to look at. And if I take this, I'm going to take it with very small sizing because, again, what I'm really waiting for is that VWAP fake out fade instead of just a regular VWAP fade. And so even if Roku sets up for it, I might take a small position and just risk off of that low opening range. Even that risk, though, is a huge risk. A big range, I mean. So, like, if I get in at 60, my risk is going to be at 20. So, 60-cent risk. And so I'd take, like, 25 shares. For Roku. I'm not trying to go crazy with that one. But yeah, that was a solid rejection for MU. AMD's finally crossing under here. SPY have been ripping up too. No, it doesn't typically trade against the SPY. Sometimes it'll trade with the SPY and sometimes it'll trade against it. And so this is... certain mid and high cap stocks might follow the SPY some days, and then they might go against them other days. Like SQ is another example of that, tiny, to where some days it'll follow the SPY almost down to the T. Other days it's going to go completely opposite of what the SPY is doing. And that depends on the sector itself, which is Roku is the streaming cloud sector. And so that's if you look at Netflix here. Same thing. So yeah, if you look at Netflix, same type of move here. So that's what we get. It's still solid risk reward. Like if I use this 103.20 level and I get in at 50, that's 70-cent risk, but a 50 down to solid reward, like $2.50 reward. So over 3-to-1 risk to reward for this one, I think, right? Unless my math is off. 150. 101.50, that's $1. 102.50, that's $2. Okay, so it's better than 2-to-1. It's 2.5-to-1. My math was off. All right, so yeah, like I said, right now I'm looking. MU was a solid rejection there. I got. That's right, Brent. Hey, appreciate you reminding me, bro. I mean, here's the thing: 200 shares. So, like I said, that's the share size I want to take. But I'm definitely not doing that with Roku. Like if I wanted to trade like bigger sizing with Roku, it'd be 100 shares because of the range at this point. Just the range from the VWAP down to the low of the day is $2, and so that's $200 in profits if I write it down to the full profit target range. And so with that, 200 shares would be $400, and that's not what I want to do. That's just too much. No, I mean I appreciate what Brennan's doing though. He's trying to encourage me to use big share size, so I appreciate it really. But yeah, that considering the range of Roku is just too much. I'm not trying to take a $400 loss right now. That would completely ruin my mental edge. Spy's turning back down, so Mitch was right. Hold on, buddy. All right, I'm back. And yeah, we just got the drop a little bit too early in Roku, so I just never got it, unfortunately. What's up, brother? You back, man?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I had to take a second.
Yeah, just don't listen, brother. You're an awesome trader, man. You really are. You're a great trader. Don't stress it. Don't worry about swing trades, brother. Swing trades are insignificant, and I get it though because
Oh,
sometimes
no
I'll get
worries. I minimize those stocks. I ain't gonna worry about those. I'm
right.
just gonna leave them alone. I ain't even
Hey,
gonna trade them.
you can use my phrase, bro. They're dead to you. You know.
That's the only way, and the only real way is to not even look at them
Right.
anymore.
There's a reason I say that, right? I take a loss. Like I either do that when I take a big loss or I miss something. I say, look, that one's dead to me. I'm just ignoring that one, man. Like I don't even want to look at it right now. You know. So,
All right.
hey, the spy did exactly what you thought it would, though.
Yep. I'm paying attention right now to EMPH. It looks interesting here.
CGC. Yeah, APHA's at the view. I mean,
Slightly
yeah.
above, but at least creating kind of that head and shoulder pattern.
I didn't want to talk
Um,
about it because I know they're dead to you, but you know.
well, I'm no, I'm looking at
Swing trades.
EMPH.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at EMPH. I'm no long, I'm not looking at them. I'm telling you that right now. You guys will not hear me mention them.
Yeah, the spy. Look at the spy, guys. Spy's getting hammered here.
All right, one that I like is Momo. Momo at 67 or 70. Risk is 80, 81. Another one that could be a potential one is ATVI at
Activision.
28.
So yeah, I'm gonna wait until I see a fake out fade today. I guess if I think if I do that, I'll be much more consistent. I mean, I've been pretty solid the last few days. Hey, no worries, Chris. Hey, man, we appreciate you being here, brother. We do this live every weekday, man. Every weekday. So hit that subscribe button, guys. If you click the bell next to that, that's what really supports us. So click the bell. It will alert you every time we do go live. And like I said, we do this every weekday. I think the last day I missed was like a year ago. And so that's commitment right there. Y and DX and maybe setting up for one. But last time I've been trading Y and DX, it just hasn't worked out as well. The only reason I do like this one is because I can risk off of this 15 level. And so my risk is about 10 cents and a reward level from 05 down to 85. So 25-cent risk with a 10-cent reward. So that's solid. Or a 10-cent risk versus a 25-cent reward. So 2.5 to 1 reward to risk. Solid. If we can get it up there at 37.05, I might take some. Nice. All right, we're at 03 for YNDX. See, the last time I traded YNDX, so it faked me out. It's also got a 3-cent spread. Even still, it's still going to be 2 to 1 reward to risk. And let me see what's. This one, I can take. I'm in with 300 shares of YNDX. Like I said, very tight risk up here at 15. We'll see if we can get a flush down. A little small feeler trade. I didn't get filled at the best spot though, but it is what it is. Here's fives, back down to sevens. Fives isn't bad, so break even. Fours. Small range stock though, that's what I gotta be wary of. AMD might pull back to the VWAP here. Look at MU. MU looks pretty solid here actually.
A little hesitant there. I saw the VWAP fade there, ATVI. I didn't take the entry, so just gonna take out my eyes off of it also.
Look at MU. MU's getting up there. I like that 4280 risk.
I'm not so sure about these because they kind of did the reverse thing that we saw. They went down to support, collected volume there, and now are pulling back. I'm not so interested in these. It does look like the strategy. I agree with you. I just don't like the price action that we got there. Like in AMD, I got 20,000 shares to go through at the bottom there, 2850s. Not really what I want to see at the bottom. I want to see that going down, not at the bottom, showing a lot of bag buyers in this stock.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at it from so like from 65 up to 80 or so, it is 15 cents of risk. So it's solid risk, 15 cents, and then from 65 down to 30, it's 30 cents of risk. So 2 to 1, you know.
The VWAP fades there.
Right.
It's there. I didn't like the price action, so I'm gonna stay off of.
Yeah, YNDX is squeezing up. It took a small share size, which is 300 shares, so $25 loss if it squeezes me out. $30 loss isn't going to be too bad. Small in the grand scheme of things right now. We'll give it some time. YNDX is one of those ones that I'm about to label a no-go, though. I've traded this one multiple times. It never works out. Ooh, we got a quick... I think it faked me out. I saw 16 go on the ask. I thought it might squeeze up. Is what it is. Gonna wait for the fake out fade though. Like I said, that's typically what I've been looking for. We might get a rejection here too, but $24 loss, very small. Just a little feeler trade at the open. Wait for that fake out fade range move. I'm gonna be upset if this one gets rejected though, and I got faked out on the level 2. Chewy up there. Snap. Yeah, I know Mitch messaged me about Snap yesterday. What happened with it? I was super busy yesterday, so I didn't see. Yeah, Snap's at the VWAP. Not quite a fade pattern though. And Snap is one that I never have good results with. I never have solid results with Snap. It just never ends up working out for me with Snap. So it's just one of those stocks that doesn't fade as well for me, at least. And if you really think about what helps a stock fade well, what it typically is the stock maintains a trend. And so stocks that maintain a certain trend, when they pull back to the VWAP and they try to switch trends, if it can confirm the trend instead, that's a VWAP fade. It's basically going up to the VWAP, trying to switch trends, and then getting rejected and coming back down. Like that's what a fade and a VWAP projection both are. AMRN is coming up there, and if AMRN can do the fake out fade, that's what I'm kind of looking for now. I mean, if Snap comes back down here, it might pull a fake out fade. We'll give it time too. Not quite the right setup though. A little bit different. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Here. I'll throw Mitch up for the time being.
All right, guys, looking at Momo here. I know I have a resistance there at 2980s. Could risk off of that and take this VWAP fade. Um, it's a little bit slightly above VWAP. Only thing concerning me is kind of the daily chart. Daily chart is not so strong here on rejection. It looks more like it can rip up. I'm going to leave it alone. Not liking it as much. I needed to reject off that 2980 first. There's AMD at VWAP, MU at VWAP. That cannabis stocks, man. I don't even want to talk about those. All right, AMRN back up there. Just don't like the range. What about CODI? No range.
All right, I'm back. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. ATVI, definitely VWAP fade, missed. Uh, I was on it. I was dead on it. I was going to hit that 22s and 23s, 47s, but never took it. I missed that fade. It was a good fade there.
I don't mind AMD here for a fake out fade, but it's not. It's a little bit worse, and I want it to come back down to the bottom of the range first before I really attack this, because I can use that high now as my risk at 67, but it's got to come back down to the bottom here at 40s before I really jump into that one. If it squeezes up too much, I'm just not going to try to risk that. Snap kind of looks like a fake out fade. If it wasn't for the big bullish move at the open, it would be. So for that, I'm not going to mess with it. EVER just running pretty strong here. SHAK running. MU not looking bad.
Kind of disappointed in myself right there. Chased into into Momo there. Should have got in at the 70s. It crashed really fast on me. I hit the starter button already on there. The reason why I'm kind of upset is that I was already looking for this rejection off 2980s. Should have got in there at 2970s. The risk should only be 10 cents on this trade, but at least know the level rejected well. Just got to add into the average here on a bounce.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out I missed MU. Ah, there goes MU. Yeah, missed it. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Those bathroom breaks are going to get you. Solid little follow through for MU though. I'm sure AMD's about to do the same. SQ finally getting up there. Yeah, Y and DX squeezed up, so confirmation in my exit. Happy to get out of that one. The issue with AMD here is just this move at the open. The VWAP's so low here that it's well above it. Let's look at the long-term chart to see where the momentum is. I think the momentum's on the upside for this one. It's just had a lot of red days in a row.
All right, guys, getting a little dip here in Momo. If it crashes through the 50s, I'm just going to take the profit because I got a horrible entry here at the bottom. So I'd rather take profit quickly, take the scalp, and then wait. If it bounces back, I can jump right back into the stock.
All right, AMRN is one that I'm watching. Fake out fades have been working on that one. Same thing with AMD. So these are the two I'm watching right now. AMRN, because if it puts in this high right here, and then it's already gapping up some, so maybe a little extended on the upside. But if it puts this high up here and then drops all the way back down to, let's say, 1690s, maybe 1695 here or here, and then I can short into bounces at the top and then risk off of that level with a good risk reward level. Snap is kind of doing it here. So Snap put in a high and then came back down, and now it's bouncing back. But Snap, because of this bullish move at the open, and because Snap is one of those stocks that I just never have good results with, I'll probably move on from it. The SPY's also rebounding here as well. Yeah, Shaq is ripping here.
All right, trying to take some profit here in Momo. Let's see if it cracks the 50 here.
Oh. Yeah, Momo looks solid.
Yeah, just wish I would have got the entry I needed to get, which was 29.70. This would be a 20-cent buyout right now, not a 10-cent.
Really, if we get a bounce to the VWAP, I might jump in Momo. Because that's kind of the same thing. You can risk off of 29.80.
Man, no fill there. Thought it would have get filled there. Went right to my number.
SQ climb into the VWAP. Okay.
All right, guys. Just took it off there. $50 win. Should have been a $100 win. That just happens when you chase your entry, put yourself in the middle of the chart. All I wanted to do was just take profit at the low. I couldn't hold because of where I am in the stock.
It was a good trade, brother.
Yeah, it was all right. Slight hesitation earlier. I was watching it. Should have taken it, but that's how it goes. Definitely not on point right now. So just trying to stay alive right now and make it through the down wave. Make it through the down wave. Be smart.
All right, here goes AMRN.
Yeah, I like the AMRN now with that triple top there.
Yeah, if it can get down to 95 and then bounce back up to 17, I'll take it. But it's got to get back down there first.
I'm looking.
AMD too. Like if AMD can come back down to 50 and then bounce up to 57, maybe do the same thing with that one. But we got to get that move to the bottom of the range for me to want to. AMD's a little bit worse though. I don't like AMD quite as much, just because the VWAP, where the VWAP is in relation to all these moves today. it had to drop a lot, and it never quite, like with the fade, like AMRN, obvious downtrend at the open, well underneath the VWAP, moving underneath the VWAP for most of the day. AMD opened up way above the VWAP, so way on the upside, and then it came back down and broke it, but we're going to need a bigger move down. There goes Momo for the bounce up that I was talking about here. I might take a little bit on Momo. Let me see what the range is. 65 up to 80, 15 cents.
Risk is clearly 81.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to take 100 there and then try to scale into it a little bit more. If we get get that move up. Yeah, LK's faded really nicely, so I hope you took advantage of that one. That one was solid. Try to jump in another 100 shares. So I'm in with 200 now for Momo. Getting squeezed up in that one too.
All right, got a starter here in JD. JD.
65s. So I don't mind this one now, actually, for Momo, especially if it gets rejected here. It's just got to maintain under this.
Right, JD's risk is 75 here. 75. Got in here with 400 shares, looking to add some more shares at 68, 69, maybe even 70. Don't want to add higher than that, but it's looking good. I like the rejections that I got off this stock. So it's kind of the pattern that you do, John. Just probably I got in a little bit earlier, but now it's completed that pattern.
Yeah,
JD.
for sure. Yeah, it's got that high up there at 72. You could risk off of that thing all day.
There's your Head and Shoulders.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of want to add more to this Momo here, but the spread is 6 cents now. I didn't realize the spread was going to be.
There you go. I got 6,000 shares, 4,000 shares to follow at 60, 4,000 shares to follow at 59.
Oh, I thought you said
the big cat.
I thought you were getting in with 4,000 shares. I was about to say, whoa.
Boom, boom. Slamming it.
Yeah, man. Trying to go for some $10,000 gains there.
Yeah, I'll pass on that offer today.
Yeah. All right, so the spread's evening out a little bit, and so I could consider adding to this one a little bit more for Momo here. And AMD's kind of doing it too. Yeah, my reward target for this one is 33 here. Oh wait, I'm not recording. Now I am. So it's just about whether I want to scale into this one now. Risk is about 20 cents with 300 shares, $60.
All right, getting a hard down move there in JD here, guys. Gonna wait for a little bit more crack, and then I'll take some profit.
Yeah, that looks solid for sure.
Yeah, I liked it there. There you go. Got a little bit more crack here. Take some off there. Paid myself my $30, and let's just keep it moving.
We could call this the VWAP Head and Shoulders.
That would make sense. I mean, look for a VWAP fade. Look for it to get above and create a Head and Shoulders. Seems simple.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next profit on JD would be at 50.
All right, here's the move on Momo. I'll add back to it on any bounces.
The one that was really nice was that ATVI. I got to stop avoiding that stock, man. And I avoided it yesterday. I avoided it today. And, oof, some pretty ones. 40-cent fades with only 10-cent risk. That's what we call it, a 4-to-1 on the risk to return, and you could take that trade anytime. I
all
think
day.
one of the things I really need to start getting back to focusing on was just focusing on the risk to reward and taking those kind of setups, because when you just focus on that, most of the time you're going to make more of a uh, kind of a better educated decision here, because you're going based on risk and reward.
Right. Yeah, like if you look at it here, my average accuracy is 54%, but my total gain in the last
Boom.
few months is three
There you
grand.
go, guys.
You know,
Took it at the low of the day there. I'll take another $46.
nice job, bro.
Yeah, solid little trade. I've
What
been
a
trading a little small today, just trying to be focused on trading.
Yeah, I took half of mine off here. Gonna add back on any bounces to the VWAP. But yeah, another great example of it here on Momo. My issue is I should have scaled up here, guys. But AMD, I'm gonna look to do it here as well. But yeah, I should have scaled up with this trade. This is my mistake. This is I don't want to. I don't want to revert back to
AMRN
small
looking good
sizing.
too. I did a nice reject
It
there.
did. Okay, so we got some options here. But yeah, I reverted back to small size again, man. I can't do this. I have to. I have to trade big, even if it's scary. You know what I mean?
That's
So
yeah. We talked about this, you know. There's
yeah,
only one way to learn.
yeah,
That's taking the trades.
yeah.
Good fade today by CBS. I didn't expect this one to get hit that hard. It's
All
been
right.
hit pretty hard.
AMD, I'm looking for a 57 entry. That's a really solid, like I said, I guess we could call it the VWAP head and shoulders setup. I like the fake out fade. I think the fake out fade sounds cool though too. I might stick with fake out fade. I don't know. I feel like I'm naming a new animal I discovered. You know.
New species.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get it in AMD, unfortunately. AMRN still looks okay though. Just AMD doesn't. Too low now. It would have to bounce right where it's at now and not drop anymore if I wanted it to work, and I don't think it is. There's 39s. Oh no, this is AMD. Yeah, AMD's just getting hammered, washed here. Momo is what I'm in. AMRN's still there though. We bounce up to 17. I'll take AMRN. Yeah, go check out Trade Ideas, those guys. Best scanners in the game by far. They allow you to do a ton of different stuff, and it really makes sense to go check out Trade Ideas. Best scanners in the game. There's a reason all the top traders use Trade Ideas, because, again, best scanners in the game by far. And so I'll post this link here. Go check them out. Super legit scanners. So, yeah, so we're down to 45s here. We'll see if we get a little bit more of a drop. There's 44s. See if we get that move to the low of the day. AMRN though, I like it. We gotta get a bounce here, but AMRN I'll probably take at 17. If it could bounce back up to 17, that is. We're also getting the market getting hammered, which is helping me here. $42s. So you get a little bit more of a move down here. It's starting to get to the point where I don't necessarily want to add to it. But I'm going to just get out of here, and then I'm going to add some sizing back if it moves back to the VWAP, I think. Just so I can focus on other stuff like AMRN. Waiting for AMRN to bounce back up to this 17 level. So we'll see if we can get that. JD cracking lows here. You still in that one? Nope. Yeah, look at JD Tank here. I don't know if I'm going to get the move on AMRN. It's a little bit too late, I think, for it. The more it drops, the worse it is for it. Unfortunately. It's still pretty early, though. It's only 9:15. I've been trading these pretty late in the day. So we'll see. But AMRN's kind of at those lows now. Maybe Momo if it bounces up there now. And maybe AMD too. But it's not... If it bounces up there, it's not quite the fake out fade now. If anything, it's just a retest of the VWAP. Because it's already come back down to the low of the day. Now, I could still consider adding back to it and trying to work that, but at least I'm green on the day technically now. I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm telling you, that strategy works, brother. I'm telling you, it's like I said, what I do, guys, is I backtest the strategies I use, right? And I'm actually in the process of backtesting this one. But the VWAP fade, I've backtested a ton, and the fade itself, on average, has a 73% accuracy rate, which is great in trading. It may not sound like much, but that's a big edge in trading, is 73%. And so when you test the strategies, yeah, and I'm not one of those ones that, I'm not trying to sell you on $1 million strategy because the market always changes, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But the big thing we're trying to stress is the good risk reward levels, the favorable risk reward levels, because even if I didn't hold it to those exact points, this was my risk in this Momo trade, and my reward was supposed to be here. So solid risk reward regardless of where I took profits, And that's what we're trying to stress, is that your reward is at least 2 times bigger than your risk is what we look for. And so that's what we're really trying to stress, is that it has solid risk reward. So even, again, like Mitch said, if you look at my stats here, guys, this is my stats, right? Look at my accuracy rate. My accuracy rate is 54%. Not an incredibly, not an incredible accuracy rate by any means. But if you look at my chart here, my chart's solid, and I've made $1,700 roughly in the last month, and then the last 90 days I'm up to almost $3,000. So regardless of what my accuracy rate is, my risk reward is solid, and you can see that with my profit factor. Like if you look at my profit factor here, my profit factor is 2 to 1. So that's my risk reward ratio. All right, we might get that move on Momo. I might add the sizing right back here. I don't think we're going to get it on AMRN. We could, but for now, I don't see it. SPY just got hammered, though. What's the difference between the VWAP rejection and the VWAP fade? A rejection so a fade, you have a downward trend at the open. A lot of times you attack them on gap ups, but you have a downward move like this at the open, pull back to the VWAP, and then a subsequent drop, right? That's a fade. A rejection is like snap. A rejection is like snap, right? Where you get... well, that's not a good example. A rejection is when you have an upward move at the open, you get an upward move, a pull below the VWAP, and then a test of it, and then a rejection back down. So a VWAP rejection, you're looking for upward moves at the open. A VWAP fade is one that is already in a downward move at the open.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry about that. Girlfriend not feeling the best today.
Uh-oh. Hope she feels better, brother.
Yeah, you know how that is. So
yeah,
have to walk away for a little bit,
yeah.
Make sure she's fine, and come back.
Yep. All right, we're back at the VWAP for Momo here. I can jump in with another 200 shares.
All right. So what I'm liking now is, hey, what did the SPY do? We talked about this pre-market. We had a resistance above here. The 290s is what I wanted to see it at least make up to. This didn't make it up anywhere near that. It completely flipped down. It went up, right back down to the support now at that 284.73s. Let's see what happens here. if it's going to break through those 73s and head to 284. And the next price point would be that 283.20.
Yep.
Looking for one more bounce in stocks to get back to VWAP. And then as long as the SPY gives out, we should be able to get some good fades here, some good pull down.
Yep. I'm trying to wait for the bid to clear out a little bit so I can try to take some more here. What's my average? Average is 56. So yeah, I need it a little bit higher now if I want to scale into it here. I could try. Added another 100 here. We'll see. Still looking at AMR red too. Like if AMR red comes up to 17, I could still take that one. I think. Just depends on what it looks like. We'll see what we get.
JD just tanked there. Wish I would have been able to get my ad. I would have been able to hold a little bit more shares, but not the best entry. Not the best. I couldn't get the ad, so couldn't keep holding that one.
Oh yeah, I know. I talked to you while you were gone. I was like, "You still holding JD?" And then I looked and I saw you weren't. I was like, "Man, that one tanked big."
Yeah.
It is what it is, though. You got the range. That's what you attacked.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I just chased it a little bit, so I didn't like my entry. I got in at 60 when I should have got in at 65 or 70s.
So I'm in Momo here. I got to think about whether I want to cover my position in Momo so I can attack AMRN if it gets up there, or whether I should just hold this one in Momo. I've scaled into 300 shares, so we'll see if we get that level. I think I could also probably risk off of this 75 level now. I think is reasonable. Thinking about adding a little bit more here to give myself a little bit better average now that it's up to 59. We'll see. It's up to 60. $59s. JD might come back there too. Do we have a troll in the chat here? I believe we do. I'm not even going to talk about it. Yeah, AMRN, if it gets up to 17, I'll still consider it, though. But yeah, I think I'm up in Momo, but slight. You see, we get that flush back down to the bottom of the range. The range I'm really looking to attack here is 40. That's the range I want. We'll see if it gives it to me.
I don't know if anyone here uses CME Group. Ashton asking. There you go. Austin does. I haven't used them. I've heard about them though.
Yeah, I mean, the broker we use is TradeNet. If you want to sign up for them, I mean, we get to trade with no PDT rule. Their base package comes with 14K in buying power to trade with. There's also a trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account that comes with it. And like I said, it's like $400, and so it's a pretty cheap bundle for new traders to get started. And so, regardless of what you feel about them, I think the risk reward is solid for new traders, and I think it's one of the ways they can eliminate some of that risk that they generally take when they first get started. Because if you think about it, the max loss is 700, and it's kind of similar to a prop firm. And so, there's a 70-30 split. There's a max loss of 700, but you're paying 400 for the package, and so you're almost getting twice as much to lose than what you're paying for the package. And again, you can short stocks, which is rare. It's one of the ways you can short stocks with a very small investment and actually have the potential to make money. And so I think if you want to check those out, I'll post that link here. Great way to help support our channel. And so I'll post that link if you want to check them out. All right, there's 53s. Have you ever experienced reject codes when trying to send an order? I know on TEFs it'll tell me it's too close to limit or something like that. All right, so we're getting some moves here. I want to see the break under the $0.50 here. I want to see the break under 29.50. That's what I essentially want to. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm shorting. I'm almost always shorting, Chris. That's basically what I do is short. I short stocks. That's almost what I do. All right, so we're getting a squeeze up here. I got to be very careful if it breaks this 62 level. Ooh, I saw 70 flash here. I got to be ready to exit. Oh, no, I just bought 300 shares. Great. What the heck, man? Well, that's how you turn a $30 loss into a $40 loss quick. I double-clicked it. No, I can laugh at it. I double-clicked it is what I did. So I'll have to make that part of the video I put out. But no, I double-clicked it. It squeezed up. I also got scared out a little bit early relative to my risk. But it is what it is.
All right, looking at OSTK here from me. Risk here is 54.
Yeah, but luckily I've been keeping it pretty small today. I had myself, before this trade, I had myself in the green, but like I said, I'm trying to scale up and the emotions get there. If I get faked out here, I might add my sizing back here. I just don't want to. I don't want to get into that habit. This one looks solid. I think I just got faked out.
Oh, I think I missed another one too, but I'm just gonna have to let it go. OSTK, nice fade there. I just got to it right when it was at VWAP. And the way that I've been hesitating lately, I haven't been trying to make 1 second decisions. It was definitely there though.
I jumped back in Momo here because I think I just got scared out of the trade. And this is one of the processes of using larger sizing than I typically do. I'm just not used to using large size, and I just get scared out of the trades much easier. And I think that was one of them for sure with Momo. Because really my risk level was this up here at least. Like the minimum risk level I should have given myself is right here. And that's what it tested. It never even broke that. And so that's my issue here. Making a little bit back now. But dumb of me to do. But yeah, a lot of these I'm noticing are actually just following the SPY. All right, and so this time I actually have to maintain that risk that I said, like 68 is my risk, and I have to keep that. It's just a pattern that I follow. I call it the VWAP fake out fade. I had a video on it. Um, yeah, I mean, some listen. If today's a red day, a lot of times new traders misunderstand how profitable trading actually is. Losing days are gonna happen. You know, traders are gonna lose, and so if you see me lose today, it doesn't mean that the strategy's bad. It doesn't mean that the strategy doesn't work. It just means that today it didn't work. Um, you know, and so yesterday I made $130, and so if I lose 70, $80 today, I think I'll be okay. No, I made $180 yesterday. Um, so yeah, I think the new trader has to start to understand that every day is not going to be a green day. Sometimes a lot of the time you're going to lose, and you have to be okay with that because if you're not, you're going to force trades. There's 68. I think what I'm getting stuck in is low volume for this one. But yeah, if you can't accept that, then you're never going to be successful. We're right on the cusp of me getting stopped out here. Ugh. 71, I jumped out of it. But yeah, this is just, I think I'm getting too emotional with these two. The only one other one, I'm probably done for the day, $83 loss, which is very small in the grand scheme of things. This is, if today does end red, it's going to be the first losing day in 6 days. The big thing I have to do here, guys, is I have to not force it if it is a losing day. I'm okay with the losing day. It's been a long grind up here. And what we're getting here is we're getting a SPY. The SPY squeezing up is what's happening. The SPY is moving up. And so I might take one or two trades because my max loss on the day is 150. But as I get closer to my max loss, I'm going to start doing smaller and smaller, not bigger and bigger. And so we'll see how that goes. I'm looking at AMD here again, but what I'm looking at is the SPY is rebounding here. The SPY is spiking up. And so we'll see if the SPY ends up fading back down or not. And we'll see how that goes. AMD doesn't look bad either. The only one I'm looking at is AMD because I can risk off of that old fade here, but the risk reward just wouldn't be that good with that one. Roku might get up there too.
All right, guys. One that I'm looking at is TNA. TNA. I've been seeing this one do fades multiple times. This is an ETF, so it does move fast, guys. Just want to put it out there. But looking for a potential 54 entry here. I can risk off of that 25 there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, Nick. AMD does have a low range because look at where the VWAP is relative to everything else. It opened up so high above it that it's got a lot more room on the upside than the downside today. I'm also still looking at AMRN and maybe JD too. If JD get us up to 60, the risk reward is solid.
Pull back from VWAP there on TNA. I'm not sure if I should rush in and get there at 90s or take that 54. I'm going to stick to the 54 right now. If it feels me there, it feels me there. If not, I guess it'll just go as another miss.
There goes the SPY coming back down. So yeah, unfortunate. The SPY's washing out. Is what's going on.
That one's is what it is, but Just a little frustrating. Got close to it. Didn't see the resistance building there at 90. I saw it building there at 54, so it is what it is.
ATVI back to view up. Yeah, ATVI. I mean, here's the thing with ATVI right now. Chances that it's going to stop me out if I jumped in here are very, very high. But the risk reward is really, really tight. And so, like, this is your risk level here, 27. And so your risk level is like, 13 cents. Your reward target is like 80 cents or so. So it's just really good risk reward with a very tight risk. But I think you're going to get stopped out a ton here. Still, I think it's really good risk reward. And I'm watching the SPY pretty closely here to see what the SPY is going to do. Because if the SPY fades here, it is probably going to be good for fades and other stocks. But if the SPY
All right, guys.
squeezes...
I have a starter there, guys. Starter there in TNA. Trying to see where it's going to create the high here. $300 shares. I'm short at 54.04 here in TNA. Looking good for me here as I saw the rejection there. I'm going to see a push here. That's fine. We wanted to hold here the 54.10s, maybe just slightly above. 54.19 really is our risk there. Don't want to see it at 54.20s.
All right, I'm going to try to scale into AMD here. I just took 100. I know Mitch is going to yell at me for taking small sizing, but what I do is I do this when I want to trade more, but I know I probably shouldn't. And so I'm taking small size just to get my trading fix, if you will. Actually, AMRN is right at my level. It's just about what the risk reward is. So from 17 up to 17.10, 10 cents, and from 17 down to 83 is almost 20 cents. So it's still pretty solid risk reward there for AMRN. Maybe I'll take that one too. This one though, I can take a little bit bigger sizing because it's a much smaller risk trade. SPY squeezing up. Not going to take it anymore. Just too high here for AMRN. Not a big enough reward target, really. I think it's got too much support. AMD looks okay still, but...
All right, got to be careful here. My stock pushing up there to the resistance.
You're in TNA? Everybody's talking about TNA.
Yep, that's what I'm in. All right, now that we got that rejection, clear cut, that 20, we're definitely not going to let it rip through that. Don't mind adding if it's up there at like 14, 15s above. All right, pushed really quickly there above the 20s there. Got to really be careful here, guys. Anything fills up here, I just got to get out. Yeah, it's getting filled. I'm out. Oh, big hit there, $75 down. It just kind of wicked out there. Could have faked me out, but resistance is right there.
No, it's a
Not going to
small
take the
loss, brother.
chance of it getting there to 54.50.
That's a small loss, brother. Don't stress it.
Yeah. It's just, I've been in a down wave. I haven't been trading the best. That's just how it goes.
So AMRN ended up squeezing up. So I'm glad I never jumped in that one. If we get a move back down, though, I might consider AMRN. And then AMD squeezing up, but I'm only in this one with 100 shares. So it's just kind of a little trade to get me to not force anything else since I'm already in this one. Like I said, what we're getting here is the SPY is squeezing up here, guys. SPY is up to 286.40, so it's starting to run. That's what we're going to get caught in, I think, in a lot of these shorts, unfortunately.
Yep.
What did MU do? I stopped watching MU earlier. Ooh, look at that. That hurts. Look at MU. That one's rough. Look at that. Ugh.
Think I'm going to miss OSTK again. Just being hesitant.
I mean, that's kind of the move. Like, so if it bounces back to the VWAP here, that's kind of the fake out fade. If it can bounce back there.
Yeah, just don't like my hesitation there. Should be in at 35s.
Yeah, anybody wants to sign up to the TradeNet Challenge, though, it's completely free. And basically what it is it gives you a demo account to trade with for 5 trading days. And in that time, if you can make 500 in net profit while following their rules, you win a free package on TradeNet. Like I said, it's completely free to apply to. Doesn't cost you anything. And at the very least, you're going to get a demo account for a few days to trade with. So there's no real downside, in my opinion. And especially if you're a new trader just looking to get your feet wet in the market, it's a free paper trading platform for 5 days. And, like I said, if you can actually make that $500 in net profit while following the rest of the rules, you win yourself a free package on TradeNet. And so I'll post this link if anybody wants to check that out. Like I said, TradeNet's one of the ways we keep the stream free. If you want to help support us, I'll post this link here. Go check out that link. It kind of breaks down the different rules and stuff like that. So yeah, go check it out. There's the link. Kind of like an OSTK there too, because there's a lot of resistance above it. If it bounces back here to 30s. AMD I'll probably add some more if it can get up to 50s too.
Think I got faked out there in TNA, but that's how it goes.
I'm starting to see a lot of fake out fakes set up though, TNA included. It put in the really obvious high up there at 35. Yeah, you were right though. I should have taken bigger sizing with AMD.
Just got work to do, brother. That's all it is. Just have work to do.
Yeah, I mean it's not about TEFs. I mean I use I use TEFs to execute my trades. I just like Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim's what I learned on. It's what I'm the most comfortable with using for charts, and specifically for pre-market. I like Thinkorswim. That's why I use it. Is because I can analyze pre-market. It's just what I'm comfortable with. Nothing against TEFs. I think TEFs is a high-level platform for sure. But Thinkorswim's just what I'm comfortable with. It's just what I know and use.
I use both.
SPY doing a fake out fade there too. AMRN too, man. AMRN back down at 96. Hey, appreciate the sub, Yosef. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, and y'all hit that subscribe button if y'all haven't already. We do this live every weekday. Win or lose, our goal. We're not selling a course or anything like that. We just teach people for free and day trade live on stream, regardless of whether we win or lose. And so, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, you want to help support us, show your love for us. You can check out TradeNet.
Oof.
TradeNet gets a lot of hate, but they do have some benefits for the new trader. Like specifically, like a new trader can pay less than $400, get a funded account with $14,000 in buying power to trade with. You can actually short stocks with that funded account. There's no PDT rules, so you can day trade as much as you want, and it comes with the trading course, access to the chat room, and a demo account for less than $400. It's very similar to a prop firm, and so there is a profit split, but I think that makes tons of sense for new traders to take advantage of, risk-reward wise. And the max loss is 700, and so you're almost getting twice as much. And so if you want to check that out, I'll post this link as well. Great way to help support the channel. And if you look at the above link, that's the Trade Ideas link. Another great way to help support the channel. If you go check out Trade Ideas, best scanners in the game by far, super customizable. I use them every morning, and they make my mornings much, much easier. And so I kind of want to sell into this move on AMD, or short into this move on AMD. So I may start getting a little bit larger position here, if we can get the bid up there a little bit more, which we might not. All right, so I added a little bit more to this one with 200 shares. Gonna look for that break under 28.40. That's what I'm looking for now. Activision putting in a fake out fade too if it can pull back to that VWAP level. And guys, this is what I said. So remember the risk level I gave? I said in Activision, I said the risk reward is really, really solid. Look at that level. It goes right up to that level. So I was just off by about a penny in my calculation of the risk, but very, very close. You can see that. All right, 36. Getting a nice little move in AMD now. I'm going to hold this one, see if we can come back down to the bottom of the range. AMRN. Wanted it, never took it. Starting to really consider Activision here. I don't trade it much, but I really like the risk level of 30, 31. And so my risk would be 18 cents. Not bad. SPY's tanking for me too here, which is good. Go away. $36. SPY's dropping, so this should be good for me. 35. All right, I was able to take half off there at a 34. Still holding this other half, and I'm still looking at Activision here. And
Man, my hesitation's killing me. It's become ridiculous. Would have been killing OSTK for the second time.
yeah, I was waiting for that bounce back on that one. Never got it.
Yeah, just completely missed it. Should have taken the trade at 35.
AMD's tanking, and I could take the rest off here. I'm just trying to give it some time. Took some of my loss off on the day, so I'm just kind of trying to wait for other setups to follow through here. We'll probably add back to AMD if it can bounce up to the $0.50 again. We'll probably take ATB if it can get up to 47.13. And maybe we'll consider OSTK if it gets up to 33 is what I'm looking at now.
Down, kitty.
All right, so the SPY's rebounding, so if we're going to get a pullback to the VWAP with some of these, it's going to be now, I think. Or it was trying to after a big drop. SPY's just choppy, but in a downtrend is what we're getting here. Honestly, I just realized what that guy said here. I need to find that. The Twitch Boy 129. Like, I ignored it, but thinking it back, I shouldn't have ignored that. That's not cool. Mostly because he's talking about doing that, and it's like, I got kids here, man. I gotta report him to YouTube, for sure.
All right, guys, I'm in low here. Lows.
All right, so AMD's breaking down some more. I should have taken that big sizing here. We're right around the low of the day, and so I'm just going to get out the rest here and then add some sizing back as it moves back. But $30 gain roughly on that one. Getting the breakdown. Still can wait for ATVI to come back up to 47.10s. But yeah, not a bad little trade. Because we're day traders and the long-term movement of the market has close to zero effect on short-term trades. Again, yeah, like remember so you're saying the market's been climbing for 10 years. Why take mostly shorts? Because this is why. This is why I take shorts. Because they work. under certain sectors and certain market conditions. And so regardless of what direction I'm going, if you're using the correct ratios and you're calculating risk reward, then regardless of which way the overall market is heading, you can still profit from it, you know. Like, yeah, the market might be moving up long term, but short term you're going to have days like today where it's down, you know, days like the last week where it's been dropping every single day. And so the long term movement of the stock market has zero effect on me whatsoever. It's just the only thing that really matters with that is short term movement. All right, we're getting this move on Activision here, and like I said, if AMD gets back up there, I'll add to it. I'll add back the sizing. I need Activision to rise about another 10 cents or so before I take it. Here, I could throw you up until then, Mitch.
Nope. Just gotta be careful with 97s here. 97s would get me out.
Oh, also, guys, if you want to chat with us after the stream ends, join our Discord channel. You know, our goal for this, it's only one, we only have one, channel in this Discord, but our goal is to create a free day trading chat room. And so if you want to join our public Discord, I'll post this link here. Join our Discord, check us out. Here's the link. Ah, 4704 in Activision. Still waiting for that move up. I might also get it with OSTK here. And I might be able to add my sizing back with AMD too. OSTK is very interesting as well, because I could risk off of 2150 all day. AMD too. I can now risk off of 58 for AMD, so my risk is like 15 cents. So I may start to add back to AMD here too. Nope, didn't get filled there. There we go. And Activision is starting to get up there, so I might take a little. See, my risk is about 20 cents, so I might take a little bit in Activision as well. A little bit, kind of missed the bounce here for Activision, but OSTK might do it too.
Okay, good rejection there in the 85s and the 90s. If it pushes up to 90 again, I'm going to hit the add. This will be the final trade of the day. This is going to be a little bit more risky move, but I do have some green still, and I'm going to go ahead and take a shot.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Nick. Some traders get biased long and short. It doesn't mean. So I'm actually getting a really nice move here in Activision. But yeah, some traders are biased long and short. It's exactly what Nick said. It just means that they have developed the skill of identifying that direction better than the other direction. And so with that, you know, that's the goal of trading. Activision with the fake out fade following through here. Should have taken bigger sizing though, man. I don't know why I wimp out like that. It's crazy. Like, cents per share, I've made more than I've lost. But for some reason, I just blow it.
You know the reason, brother? You can't change it. It's the risk calculated on every trade, and the reward is not big enough for you to kind of make up for those losses.
Yeah, well, it's not the reward at all. It's the what's the share size relative to
Yeah,
the reward target is what it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
You know,
So you're
like
still trading the same, but then when you kill your share size, you kill the mathematical advantage.
right, for sure.
Trading is fine. Just gotta kind of take the same risk. One of the things is you are gonna hit your max loss. It's gonna be normal,
Yep.
and I think that's really what it is. You get kind of closer to that max loss, and max loss days aren't fun. They're
Hmm.
not fun for anybody,
Yeah.
and
So
that's
what I
just
do
part of
is,
trading.
well, at this point, I'm only down $22, and I fought back because of even with that's the crazy thing is that I took my account from I did got into three trades, and I took my account from $89 loss down to 20 where it's at now, trading with 100 shares. So that is what that is 60 cents per share. Where if I was taking 300, that would be a $120 gain. And so I can calculate it that way and see, yeah, for sure, I'm trading dumb, not dumb. I'm trading smart. The accuracy is there. It's just that I let that fear from the first loss I took dictate what I'm doing now, which is just hurting my account. You know what I mean?
Yep. Emotions.
Yep. And I mean, it's not bad. Like yesterday, I made $180 in gross. Today, I'm down $25. So, it is what it is. But it's unfortunate for sure that I let the emotions mess with me like that. But the P stands for position. So, like, look, if I change the share size and then I click P, it shows me my current position, which is 100 shares.
Oof. Looks like I might not get back up there in the 80s and 90s for me to hit an ad. Maybe should have just hit the ad there at 90, but I felt like the risk was just too high for me to add into that loser that was already at my risk level. So now just stuck kind of in the trade in the middle. Um, Really, where I don't like to be, I hate being in the middle. I think it's the worst kind of trade, but just got to be smart here and just focus. Maybe add in at the top, but definitely not add in here and create more risk, unnecessary risk.
Yeah, I got out of AMD. I'm down $23 on the day. I might just hang it up and let my green streak end and not force it after this. Yeah, I got to get back to bigger size. Like I took a few swings today. One of them didn't work out. I lost $80, and then I took some really solid trades. Every trade since then, literally every trade, and I've been in 3 trades since then. Every trade since then has been green, been profitable, like 20, 30 cents a share profitable. But you know, I let that emotional baggage from the first trade affect me here. It just kind of shows you how much you can have those mental swings, and it's part of scaling up. You know, it's like part of me is like, okay, well, I made such a big gain yesterday. I made $180, and so I don't want to give that back today, and so I trade small. I think that's what it is, and so that's why you'll see me take a really big. You'll see me make a really big gain, and then you'll see me trade very small the next few days because I'm a baby about it. I'm a big wimp.
What do you think about Momo now? I don't want to show it to you, but
I mean, I'm happy with my Momo trade. I actually got out right around the lows there, so I got out right around 42 for Momo. So I actually got out right around the lows for mine. It's back up there now, so I got out before this squeeze. It's kind of in order for it to be a fake out fade, it has to come back down to 50 and then bounce back up there. So right now, it's not really the same setup I look for. I'm more upset about ATVI, which I got out at 82, and now it's down to 72. Perfect. If you want to see an example of the fake out fade, look at this. So this is it right here on Activision. So you get the very obvious high up here. You get the move up. You get the rejection of that move, breaks down underneath it, and then what do you get? You get a bounce right back. That's where I jumped in. Beautiful follow through, quick follow through back down. That's the trade every time. Really, I should have ideally held it to this $half low of the day, but it is what it is. I made like $24 from 100 shares, so I made 24 cents a share. So I'll accept it. The sizing was just way too small.
all right, guys. I covered right there, guys. Just based on my entry. My entry is really crappy in this stock, so I'm just gonna cover there in the green. Uh, take $29. Try to get in another trade. Use it as a cushion versus trying to let it kill me for the day. Definitely not where I want to be selling. Definitely execution off.
AMD's back up there. TNA. Don't look at TNA.
I know. It's just the way it's my luck lately. It's just the way it's been rolling. It's that time of year having to pull back. There's a squeeze on Momo. Squeeze on Momo there.
There goes ATBI. I called it out too, man. I was in it. I missed out on about 20 cents a share. Unfortunate. OSTK is still getting more and more interesting, and I like OSTK because I can risk it off of that 2150 level. There we go. But yeah, Activision. Unfortunate. I might close it down, guys, and just be done for the day. I don't want to trade anymore. I don't think. I'm gonna make you guys a deal. I'm not gonna start another stream back up, and I'm not going to put out another video saying, look how much I made today. I'm gonna accept the $23 loss. Be happy that I was down 80 something, and I slowed it down. And appreciate the subs, Shelly, Yosef, Susan, Adrian. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, we do this live every weekday, so hit that subscribe button. Help support our channel here. GSKY had my VWAP fake out strategy. It did. It did. Solid, too. I'm telling you, that strategy works. I kind of want to call it the London fade because of ego. Appreciate it, Chris. But I think either fake out fade or head and shoulders, VWAP head and shoulders makes more sense. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. You're not in anything, huh, Mitch?
No, I'm not in anything. I'll probably take one more trade, but it's fine if you just close down. No stress.
Okay. Yeah, if you do, we can do a video about it. Made green on OSTK and ACB. I didn't look at ACB today. I'm the only one I'm still looking at right now is OSTK. OSTK doesn't look bad. But yeah, guys. I guess that's it for the day. Hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we day trade live on stream every weekday. So not a bad day. I mean, yesterday was a almost $200 gain, so to be down less than $25 in gross is not that bad. Yeah, if you want to check out the same platform we're using, I'll post that link here again. And again, there's some huge benefits to TradeNet for new traders. TradeNet gets some hate, but like most of the time, like people are hating on them because they lose their account. And I think it takes a mature trader to understand it's not the broker's fault that you lose. But anyway, so for less than $400, you get 14K in buying power with the funded account. No PDT rule, shorting ability. You can day trade as much as you want. Pretty cheap commissions as well. That's one of the reasons I can take 100 shares is because commissions are pretty cheap, all things considered. Comes with a trading course, chat room, demo account, and so a lot of benefits. Pretty cheap bundle for new traders to get started, and it's one of the ways you can short stocks when you first get started as well for pretty cheap. And so there's the link to that You can also check out the challenge, which is completely free to enter, and at the very least, you're going to get a demo account for a few days to trade with. And so if you want to check that out, I'll post this link here as well. Like I said, if you can make 500 in net profit by 5 trading days, you win while following their rules, because there are some rules you got to follow. You win the challenge, and so you know, you don't really have much to lose, in my opinion. And so I'll post that link if you want to check that out too. And yeah, that's it for the day, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. So check out Trade Ideas as well. There's the link for the challenge too. But yeah, check out Trade Ideas as well. Best scanners in the game. You know, there's a real reason that the top traders all use Trade Ideas, is because they're super legit scanners, super customizable, allow you to do a lot of different stuff with them. And so there's the link. The only way I'm going to get into another trade, I actually have some stuff I have to get ready to do, because I got to go film a video at 2 p.m. at a studio today, guys. So in a few hours, I got to get ready for that. And so the only thing I'll get in, the only thing I will trade again if it does get up there is OSTK. And so if I do that, I guess I'll try to start the stream back up, but I'm really not planning on it. So there's the Trade Ideas link if you want to. Oh, yeah, I guess it already posted. There's that link. But yeah, good luck, guys.
Later, traders.